Oh, hello, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. I promise not to disappoint. Today, I am 1897. I have been going back and forth, but hopefully, if I am able to win this game, I will reach 1800 for my very first time. Secondly, I'm on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you're watching this video and you're watching it on the YouTube app, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. You can download the DuckDuckGo app, and you can copy a video from the YouTube app, post it in DuckDuckGo, and watch it there with no ads at all, uninterrupted. So if that was useful to you, go ahead and subscribe because we're going to smoke this dude in a game of chess. Absolutely, let's go. We play c6 against everything and anything, no matter what. What are we going to see here? We develop the knight in case his capture comes through. We develop the bishop, and we make our little indestructible pyramid. We take back. Most likely we see a pawn push here, 1 or 2 squares. And then the next idea will pretty much be bring this knight. I believe in these situations, what am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do here? This is under attack, for show. But you know what? Is this the position where I'm supposed to just like let you do it, and then you take? Boy, we're like 5 moves into the game, and I'm already flustered. I literally don't know what I'm supposed to do. I feel like I just ignore this. It's probably not advisable to be doing something like that. Let's just do it. I'm completely not sure. Oh, he gets out of it. So I think that I have to take. Because there was this fork at the very end. And he's up a pawn. Excellent. We love that. I can kind of like scoot back and attack the queen. I could push this pawn forward and maybe boot the queen around a little bit. I think we're going to go for that. And now we're just down a pawn. Oh boy. I spent all of that time. Now I'm down 2 minutes and I'm down a pawn. Down on the clock and down material. But you know what? It's just a pawn. I'm not going to freak out about it. We're going for this idea because if this happens, I can grab this pawn. And I think that's quite good for me. If he scoots back, we just take. If he goes over here or something, we can just attack him again. And if he comes over here, we attack him again. And if he goes over here, I think that we just got a pretty nice little attack brewing. So he might have to play something like this. Or over here. He needs to play in a type of way where he doesn't let me like develop my pieces attacking him. But this is developing with check pretty much no matter what you do. No matter what you do, that is coming. And then I'm just going to take. And if you take with this, I'm getting in. And this is still held. Okay, yeah, so he did have to play something like that. I can also play check still. I can still play that move. He blocks, I take, he takes, I take. It ruins his pawns. We're going for it. We're going for it. If he defends with the knight, that is something that I did not anticipate. But then I grab this. But then he grabs this. Oh boy, chess is so complicated. What's he going to go for? He goes with the knight. I think that I'm just going to be able to take it. That was the general idea. So we're going to take. This is hanging. But then this is hanging. And I'm still down a pawn. I want this pawn, bro. If he comes in, what do? I can also just develop and potentially be doing the same thing. Develop the knight and just let him. Or develop the knight here. If he takes, I'm getting at least a piece developed. Here. Here. And it's just not good. I think we're going to do this. And trading the queens is not necessarily advisable for me. But I need to castle. He still needs to castle. We get the knight involved. He could castle this way, but he's still a few moves behind. Not castled yet. This check is also going to come. Maybe we can get him to like advance some pawns in a crazy type way. This check is for show coming. And when it does, I'm not going to spend forever thinking about it. I think I just scoot the king up. And I'm down a pawn, but I'm going to try and like trade the rooks, bro. Really? I don't want to trade the rooks. We're going like this. He gets the castle. Maybe I attack this guy. Okay. We're going to attack this guy. This is not a fun to play position for me. He scoots back. Okay. And if I scoot over, he just gets in. I hate chess. I am just down a pawn, but I feel like it's just such an important pawn. If I scoot over and he gets in, I have to defend. I can scoot forward and then he takes. I take back with the pawn and damage my pawn structure. We're going over here, just weakly attacking this. The weakest moves I'm making. And he can kind of just shut the door on this anytime he wants, and then my bishop is essentially doing nothing. Okay, so he defends. We play this. My bishop can at least reroute like this at some point, is what I'm thinking. I mean, if he takes, he just completely destroys my pawn structure over here, that's for sure. But we need a little bit of chaos. I need a little bit of chaos because I'm losing. And I just don't feel like I have enough pieces to like put forth an attack. If he does, I can jump in with check actually, and I quite like the look of that. And then there's maybe some ideas. If I can jump in with check. Okay. I mean, here. I think we step back. He could just defend. But then I take, he takes. Step back, take, push forward. I feel like I probably have to take here. He pushes forward. Great. He's got this huge wall of pawns defending his king. I don't know if there's going to be a good way to attack it. And I can't just abandon another pawn. I'm so screwed. And if he pushes, what am I going to do? I'm just even more screwed. And if I lock my bishop over here, I'm even more screwed. Everything I do, I'm screwed. No matter what I play. And this rook is just stuck staring this rook in the face. Push my rook forward and potentially double. I'm probably down a pawn, but this is like a minus something huge position. I mean, he can just push forward and then I take. So cooked, no matter what I do. Did he just hang his rook, my friend? Bro, what? Dude, I was so lost. How much time did I spend? I was so negative about that whole thing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I saw it in literally like 3 seconds. Like what? What? Boom, boom, boom. You got a pawn, but you lose a rook. And yeah, I mean, he's completely kaput. I mean, I'm happy I won, but I'm not happy the way that I won. Okay, let's put it like that. So I'm going to bring it over to the Lichess. I definitely played all of that sloppy, and I am fairly certain. I mean, I can see it on the computer analysis right here. If we look at this position, where am I at? It's actually not as bad as I thought. But still, when you have like a minus 1.6 position, it's hard to defend. So let's bring that over to the analysis. I don't even know what to think about that. I just got saved out of nowhere. We're going to bring it over there. I'll see you over there. And here we are in the analysis. And oh boy, did I just wait for a miracle. I had no business winning that game. I straight up just got lucky to a one-move blunder. It was just getting worse and worse and worse, and I got so lucky there in the end. And so it all goes to show that my b7 pawn was weak, and the way to defend it was undeveloping my bishop, because I took the opening the wrong route. And if you see, he played 63% accurate, 2 blunders, 1 inaccuracy, and I played 3 inaccuracies and 1 blunder, 87% accurate. So I played a fair bit more accurate. I guess blundering that rook probably knocked off like 20% accuracy for him, because that's a pretty bad move. But still, I was still fighting back, and I thought my disadvantage was a lot larger than it was. The key thing we need to learn in this opening is we don't bring the bishop out. You don't bring the bishop out because this pawn becomes weak. The bishop is doing a great job defending that. Instead of that, you're supposed to just push. Now, if any of this happens, we don't really care. We can just develop our pieces. Whatever happens, we castle, and then at some point, we push this pawn, and it's not just a huge problem. And even if he pushes forward, we can still push. If he captures, we capture back. It's defended by two things. We're good to go. What I did was get in a situation where the best move was retreating my bishop. Right here, the best computer line is just bring the bishop back. If he brings the knight, we can still bring our knight. If he trades, we trade with the queen, and everything is held, because this is just a huge problem in my position, and the bishop is the one defending it. And so let's turn the computer on for a second. Basically, that's the best move. That's the only thing that gives me equality. When I scoot forward, he's able to grab the pawn. I have to grab back. He grabs, and I'm just down a pawn. And not only am I down a pawn, when I push forward, we're basically in a situation where what am I supposed to do? I gave this check, and I just start trading off pieces. And it's terrible. It's terrible for me. And so I didn't need to go into any of that. Just bring the bishop back. Just bring the bishop back. He plays the best move. We defend the pawn in the center. He gets ready to develop. We can even push this pawn and take that idea away. He goes here. We go here. Whatever he does, essentially, we're ready to castle. And then the game goes on. The way I did it is I lost a pawn. And so it's hard to say. It's hard to play a move like this. You can't just put the bishop back right after you develop it. And so after this, I played actually incredibly accurate. We need to take, he takes, attack the queen. Throw in this check is not really a great idea, but it's not bad. We trade this off, bring the knight, we lose the queen, and right now I'm just completely screwed, because now after this move, my bishop gets knocked around and I can't even castle anymore. He doesn't necessarily even need to castle, and we're fighting over this open file. But the problem is if I ever trade off this rook, I just lose, because I can't go into an endgame where I'm down a pawn. He has the center. My king is here. It's just, I'm lost no matter what I do. So I tried to make a little bit of chaos. We attack. We bring the rook to attack this pawn. He defends it with the king. And then luckily here I do play the best move. I realized I probably just needed to complicate some things. And so we basically just got a miracle here that he goes for this, and it equals the position, because I can push the pawn. If he takes, we take, and all of a sudden I'm kind of able to have a really, really scary passed pawn. So say he attacks it, we just defend, and now I have, I'm down a pawn or whatever, but am I down how many pawns am I down? Too many pawns. I'm down, but I have a passed pawn, and he doesn't have a direct passed pawn. And so the way the game went, I'm not proud of it. And he just hangs the rook. I grab the bishop. I'm supposed to grab the rook first, but I grab this. He grabs the pawn. His rook's just hanging. And then he still could have played on. I mean, it's not completely over. His disadvantage is only 1 point higher than mine, so he could have grabbed this pawn. I'm probably not going to... I got to put my rook super, super passive. He brings his knight. He's still got 3 pawns in the center. It's not completely over. He could have went for it. And so that's not the game that I wanted to have to reach 1800, but that's the game that we got. So a little bit ashamed to take that man's elo. He deserved it all day. But we're 1800, first time in my life. Congratulate me. Thank you so much for watching this video if you made it this far. I know this wasn't the best game ever. I was kind of just losing, one move blunder. But 1800, baby. Let's go. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. And if you feel so inclined, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.